Good morning, team. Welcome to day 160 of the 5 a.m. Squat Club. Now, if you think that you need a fancy gym or a complicated program to get good results and achieve your goals, think again. We're doing it every morning. Join us. We're here at 5 o'clock to make sure that you're up early enough to achieve those goals before your life even starts. It's easy. Join us every morning. Let's do it together. First step before we get moving is to move our minds, choose our first thoughts of the day so that we're not chasing default thoughts that we haven't chosen ourselves. So what you're going to do is find yourself a little bit of space where you can put your feet underneath your hips, and we're going to get into what we call our paleo squat or paleo chair. If you feel like you're going to fall backwards, grab yourself a counterbalance in the form of a weight in front or a door frame or something. And we're just going to quickly prime our minds with intentionality. So first thought is, I am responsible. I will make time between stimulus and response. Patience. I have all I need to succeed today and will focus on progress over perfection. Take the steps, make the progress. Don't worry about the big goal. Small, manageable chunks. And then I will choose gratitude. Go through those one more time. I am responsible. I will make time between stimulus and response. I have all I need to succeed today and will focus on progress over perfection. And I choose gratitude. The idea is the more times you repeat those, the more that becomes the default thought pattern. And we're not just chasing it around. All right, it's burpee time. We're gonna start moving the body. Good morning, Jody. Crazy and amazing harvest moon this morning. Yeah, I actually took a picture of it last night. It is beautiful. All right, so let us start moving here. Hopefully that stuff's not in the way. Got my box jump set up a little bit here already this morning. So first thing, let's get up. You gotta get down to get up. Find your way onto the floor, all the way down, and then walk yourself or hop yourself back up. And let's move through about 20 of these to start our day. Hope you guys are feeling good today. After our sandbag squat and devil press workout yesterday for Jody's birthday. I'm gonna keep calling it that because I don't know if I would have programmed that for myself, but it was a good one. Definitely important to challenge yourself. And that was a great opportunity to do so there yesterday morning. That was a tough one. Good morning, Megan. No class today. Heck yeah, what happened? Did it get canceled? We've got a, what I'm gonna call a lower intensity day today, aiming for a little more, call it high power output per unit, meaning we're gonna do a less reps, but higher power ideally for each one with some seated box jumps. And I'm probably gonna do some weighted pull-ups, weighted strict pull-ups. And I know basically all the pull-ups I've been doing here are strict. Obviously you could do that kipping if you wanted to. But yeah, we're gonna keep the reps low today and the power output high per rep. So keep up warm up and then we'll get on that in a few minutes. Do a slightly different, throw in a new warm-up movement today too. Let's see, maybe another 5 or 6 here. I was thinking yesterday, Jody, we definitely got, I'd say at least 60 burpees, 61, sorry, for your birthday. We got at least 20 in the first bit of the warm-up. I don't know, maybe 8 to 10 in the second. And then how many rounds of devil press? I did at least 4 rounds of devil presses. So that's 40, 60, at least 60. We did the birthday burpees. Pretty good. All right, I'm sure I'm getting close to 20 here. Couple more. It is still pretty warm here. It's very, call it unseasonal for what is it, October 7th or 8th today? Canceled, Megan. Good morning. Morning team, good morning Jason. All right, let's do this. We're gonna do our same warm up. I'm gonna add in one here, change out one. Make sure you can see it. But we'll go with our standing march first. Getting the knees moving, ideally up above the hip, while maintaining a nice neutral spine, upright torso, straight bottom leg, whatever you want to call it. And then we'll go into good morning. So just a hinge at the hip, trying to keep the torso neutral. And let me know, guys, as soon as you can, if we've got static on that mic. I went over yesterday's and I don't know how that thing works, but I had some moments of very unpleasant audio. So just let me know so I can switch that up or try to fix it as soon as I can. There were definitely a couple minutes of that yesterday. All right, we'll go to a reverse lunge. It's a nice long step back, trying to keep a nice vertical shin in the front foot there. The whole front foot is planted, weights evenly distributed there. And we're trying to keep the torso tall as well, as opposed to leaned over forward. A few of those. Good morning, Yaroslav. How are we doing today? Yaroslav, I want to chat more about diet. Yaroslav had posted in the school group about slowing performance and what was it, low iron and D3 in your blood test. So obviously I'm suggesting more red meat, but there's probably more to the nutritional picture than that. So give us more details, I'm curious. All right, the next one, we're gonna change the warm up here a little bit. What I want you to do is find a step or a bumper plate or a book or something that you can stand on. And all you're gonna do is drop the one hip down and press it up. Drop the hip, press it up. We're gonna get 10 on that side. Trying to drop the hip as low as you can before you stand it up. Trying to keep that bottom leg straight. Maple, we haven't even started yet. They'll start to burn the hip on the standing side. And then switch sides. I need this for my hips and spine, scoliosis. I start throwing this in regularly. This will currently be in the place of our burpees this morning. All right, and then air squats. So feet underneath the shoulders. You can turn them out slightly if you want. And then we'll just bring the hips down below the knees, torso upright. Jody says, good morning, Yaroslav and Jason. Beautiful morning. Crazy how warm it is. October 7th, still hot out there. My family went to the beach yesterday. October 7th for Ontario. It's not generally beach weather, but it's been hot. We work in Celsius, but it's been like high 20s, almost near 30. All right, round 2. So back to just our standing march. I'm like crazy sweaty already. Impressive, right? A few more of those. Anybody feeling stiff this morning? We feeling pretty good after that one. After the devil press. Okay. Back to our good mornings. Every day is a good morning, right? every day that you get up and you're alive and the dog hasn't destroyed anything. That's good morning. A few more there. Anybody feeling stiff at all? Megan would love to jump on the nutritional talk. Yeah, I mean, we've talked about, back to the reverse lunge. I'm curious just to hear what Yaroslav is eating on a regular basis, but it sounds like obviously low iron. I mean, I would always recommend more red meat if your iron is low. That's generally a thing. And if your D is low, it could be you're not even absorbing that. So it might be more to dig into. Might be time to book a session with my wife. If she had openings, I guess. All right, and then back to the hip drop. But Megan, I mean, if you want just, I'm sure you've heard this before, but general nutritional guidelines, I mean, the CrossFit prescription is really not bad. You know, as a starting point, if you're off of that, meaning eat meat and veggies, nuts and seeds, some fruit, little starch, no sugar, keep intakes to levels that support exercise but not body fat. If you follow that, I mean, it's pretty simple, and that's the type of nutritional advice that I would give. I mean, you can make it more specific and start talking about local and seasonal and how that food is raised, which in my opinion has a big impact. But if you just follow that with whole foods, right? Meat and veggies, nuts and seeds, some fruit, little starch, no sugar, eat them in the state that they look like those things, you're generally pretty good. And then eat them in proportions to the where they fall in that saying, right? Just like the nutritional information on a food, they're listed by volume or by mass. I don't even know if it's volume or mass. But same thing here, meat is the first thing on the list. Eat the most of that. And then vegetables are next on there. I'd probably put fruit next, but both of those would be pretty far down the list after meat. But either way, whole foods, things that look like what they looked like when they were grown, as opposed to some processed version. Stop it. You know, and eat in levels that support exercise, not body fat. I know that's maybe oversimplified, but that's the idea. All right. Let's see, Jody wasn't canceled, just no one showed up, so I did primal mobility. Yeah, I'm gonna have to listen a little bit more to that podcast, primal mobility, yesterday. I usually eat well. I just have a hard time eating. I get to a point where I just don't like food at all. You're speaking my language now. So I have to force myself to eat something. I eat only grass-fed and healthy foods. Okay, well, that I understand. I'm the same way, Megan. I've almost categorized people into two groups, right? Those who eat when they're stressed and those who starve themselves when they're stressed. And it sounds like you and I fall into the same category of stress starvers. So, I mean, the routine is probably the best tip I have for you. Just do the same thing all the time. Do it on a schedule. Then it's easier. Okay, let's talk about today's session. As I'm saying, call it slightly lower intensity maybe today. Less reps is the goal, maple, but a little higher, call it intensity per rep. So the first one is a seated box jump. So I've got a stack of bumpers here, but obviously this can be done to any height. Maple, come on, let me at least demo. So if you can see this, some bumper plates, if that's what you're making your jump up with, just choose the right height, right? Choose enough that, Frankie, good morning. Choose the height that's going to be challenging, but doable. If jumping is not on the table for you today, a step up is a great option. Obviously low, high, somewhere that is challenging for you. But once again, I wanna set this up so that we're only gonna do 3 to 5 of each of these, but each one is good and challenging. So the goal is to do this from a seated position. So I'm gonna give you a demo and then we'll talk about this. I haven't actually tried this out. So from a seated position, I might take the arms up in front, swing them back behind me, and then lead. None of that is really important though. I'm just gonna go from that seated position, bring my weight forward to my feet, whoa, and then jump. Obviously jump far enough forward that you end up on the thing stable, and then stand up tall. Obviously scaling for this is just about the height. So you wanna choose a height that's gonna be challenging, but doable. Random note, best birthday yesterday. Thanks for y'all for showing up and completing that crazy workout. Hey Jody, it's all about that. I hope you enjoyed your dinner last night, your ribeye. Okay, so start thinking about what's realistic. You could jump on stairs, you could jump on a box if you had one, a chair if it was stable, a bed, a bench, anything there. Let me know if you don't have something to jump on. Oh yeah, good point. If you don't have something to jump on, just jump straight up. Hopefully I don't land on anything here. So I'm gonna go from my seated position and then just jump vertically as high as I can. So that's your first movement. Movement 2 is going to be our strict, I'm gonna call it strict weighted pull-up, because that's my goal here. We've been doing a lot of, I'm gonna call it higher volume pull-ups. So today we're gonna go lower volume and heavier. And I'll explain what that'll look like even if you don't have weighted pull-ups. We'll drop that. So I'll give you a quick demo of what we're looking at just in terms of a pull-up. You can see me, oh yeah, that's pretty good. Things that I care about are range of motion. That's really the main thing. So that I go from a fully dead hang position where the shoulders are in line with the body and I'm not bent at the elbow, I'm just at a natural hang position. And then the standard for the pull-up at least is that the chin, you can't see me there, chin ends up fully over the bar. Obviously, if that's not accessible for you yet, you can use your feet as assistance. So you can see my feet are on the floor here on a lower bar, and I'm just gonna use my legs to help press up. You could also use a band if you had one, hang that over your pull-up bar and just use it for a little bit of assistance on the way up. If you don't have a pull-up bar, I'm just gonna keep saying get a pull-up bar. Get to a playground, get to a tree, get a cheap door frame pull-up bar. Maple, stop eating those. And if you do, so what you wanna do here is just choose a challenging option. An option that's gonna be really hard for say 2 or 3 reps that you're gonna be able to maintain for 5 sets. Holy moly, dog. So I'm probably gonna try to add some weight to it. I've got some dumbbells here that I'll try to hold between my legs. But you can choose, just choose based on where your capacity is. So if it's, if you can do, say you could do 10 unassisted pull-ups, then add some weight to it, you know, and let's do 3 really hard ones. I just want the hardest level that you can create basically for about 3 reps. So whether that's decreasing the amount of band you use, whether it's adding some weight to it, whether it's using less leg when you drive on the way up to you. Find something challenging. Okay, so let's get this set up. I'm gonna try a few more of these before we go. I could probably use a higher chair or a seat to go off of, but so be it. It's almost awkward. I don't know if I wanna bring that up a little bit. Maybe one more. Okay, so we are just about ready to get started here. If you're all set up, make sure you go click that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and whoa, and join the free school group. That's where we'll chat about all this stuff, setting up programming. Maple. Okay. 'tis time.
I feel like I'm losing my mind.
I'm confused, Jody, explain. Jody says, I'm over here paralyzed on that box jump situation. Yaroslav says thumbs up. He's got to go in 10 minutes. Jody, do you need assistance or are you just nervous? Is that all it is, or do you need a modification? Is it space? Are you nervous? What's up? Okay, well, let me know. I think we got to get going here, but let me know if there is an issue there, Jody, and I can give you assistance. Remember, if it's equipment limited, just jump straight up. I think I'm gonna have to do box jump. Okay, as opposed to seated. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. There's no need to do it seated. We're just changing it up. Just variety. Okay, just variance. All right, team. So once again, you can change the height of that. You can make the pull-ups harder as you go. Up to you. Let's do it though. 10 seconds. Start with the box jump. 3, 2, 1. Go. Remember, this is less about getting lots of reps, and more about focus, explosiveness. Maple. That's about kicked you in the head. Okay, get out of the way, please. Great. Cool. Wow, sideways there. Do higher on this, I think. 15. 10. All right, pull-ups. I think I'll do the first set without any load. 5, 3, 2, 1.
I just need to carry on, cause society's a myth put there to make you sit. Listen to what they give. Don't ask questions, shut your lid. Yeah, don't ask questions, shut your lid. I need to run away from this. See, go get off the grid. Feel like my brain is overloaded, man. I'm losing it. Don't let them tell you what to do, man. They don't know shit.
Okay. One of each down. Obviously lower heart rate intensity here. Feel free to ask any questions you got.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
15.
Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
10. You there, Frankie? 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. Obviously, I'm trying to land kind of as tall as possible and not in a squat. Is the goal.
I'm losing it, the noose it fits, some lucid shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip, you choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. Oh. I feel like I'm losing my mind.
Oh. Almost didn't squat on that one.
Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm
Okay. 10. Pull-ups. 3, 2, 1.
There's no mercy in just hunger thirsty persons in different versions, each new update that shit worsens. Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause.
I'm going to keep the reps low on the pull-ups and just try to make them heavier each round. Not each round, I only have 3 dumbbells.
Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue. I feel like I'm losing my
I'm going to make this any higher.
everybody in the world blind.
Jump off that rock, I guess. Figure it out. 10 seconds. Sitting is the new exercise, by the way. 5, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead.
I just need to carry on, cause society's a myth put there to make you sit. Listen to what they give, don't ask questions, shut your lid. Yeah, don't ask questions, shut your lid. I need to run away from this and go get off the grid. Feel like my brain is overloaded, man, I'm losing it. Don't let them tell you what to do, man, they don't know shit. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
15.
Please, Lord, give me
Back to pull-ups.
a sign.
Try to be explosive on those pull-ups. Fast and hard on the way up. Slow the descent if you want. Go ahead.
Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fastest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Wait, on my day when I'm playing, sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. Oh. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind.
Kenneth, good morning, man. I don't know if this is gonna be better or what. Let's see if we can eat it. 3, 2, 1.
There's no mercy in this world, just hunger, thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin.
Seat's too high.
Different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my
15. Pull-ups.
Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
5,
The end of the song.
3,
Time you sing along.
2,
Trust me, there's
1.
no wrong. I just need to carry on, cause society's a myth put there to make you sit. Listen to what they give, don't ask questions, shut your lid. Yeah, don't ask questions, shut your lid. I need to run away from this and go get on the grid. Feel like my brain is overloaded, man, I'm losing it. Don't let them tell you
Heavier
what to
on the
do,
last
man,
one.
they don't know shit.
Not a lot of reps, but I'm sweating. 30. Kenneth, how you doing this morning?
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
15.
Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
On today's opportunity work, we're gonna mix up hip bridges and back bridges, by the way. 3, 2, 1. Mix it up a little bit.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing, sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. Oh. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
A little more. Last jump. 10. Last set of pull-ups. Feel free to just kind of keep going. Try to max it out if you want. 3, 2, 1.
There's no mercy in this world, just hunger, thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Back the curtain and you see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor.
Oh God.
The different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues. I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
Wow. Got out of control a little bit. Good job. Take a minute. I wasn't gonna say catch your breath, but catch your breath. I don't know if it's just the humidity or if that was harder than I was anticipating.
Next time you sing along, trust me, there's nothing wrong. I just need to carry on, cause society's a myth, put there to make you sit. Listen to
How'd that go?
don't ask questions, shut your lips.
What options did we use for this box jump? Jody did regular box jumps. How was that? Let me try to just take a sec here and get a little bit set up for our next bit. Ow. Whew. Okay. Let's do this. We still there? How we feeling? 20-inch jumps, 10 each round. Oh, you went for it. Okay. That's a different game than what I was doing. Nice. And what about the pull-ups, Jody? Yaroslav, you out? Jason, Megan, what options did you choose? How was it? Just couldn't figure out the seated box jumps. Interesting. In what way? Just the coordination of it or the setup? Okay. All right, I've got a plan here. Let's see how this goes. So what we're gonna do for our opportunity work today is not just back bridges. Excuse me. We're gonna alternate. It's sticky. Oh, the med ball. We're gonna alternate basically. So we're gonna go, even minutes are gonna be glute bridges. And I may change up between single leg and loaded glute bridges. And then the odd minutes, we're gonna do some, back bridge push-ups. So I'll give a quick demo here of those two, and then we'll get started with that. So on the even minutes, I'll give a few versions of this. The simplest option is just gonna be feet on the ground, knees at about 90. Just gonna press the hips up. What I wanna make sure of is that, can't really see me, is that the abs are on and I'm not extended through the spine. So I wanna squeeze the butt, squeeze the abs, and this should be a straight line. So we might do some just like that, maybe with a dumbbell on the hips. Might do some single leg as well. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do them single leg. I take it back. So we're gonna go single leg for the glute bridge. So on that even minute, maybe 10 on the right, 10 on the left. And then on the odd minute, we're gonna go feet elevated, hands on the ground, and we're gonna press up. Well, make sure your hair is not in your hand. And we're gonna press up there. Jeez, my hair is in my hand. If that's not accessible, sheesh. You can do the the version that we've been working on. So basically hands on the ground, well, one hand on the ground, feet underneath, knees at about 90 again, feet flat on the floor. And we're just gonna lift and lower. Lift, trying to get the shoulder over the hand and lower. But if you got it, we'll do the 2-hand press with the feet elevated. Was that clear enough? Clear as mud? Let me know and then we'll get that started. Once again, 10 minutes, we'll alternate between the bridge, or the glute bridge and the back bridge. It's crazy how sweaty I am considering we just didn't do a whole lot there. You guys still there? It's Jody? Okay. I feel like I should find a spot that's less sweaty, but it is what it is. All right, let's do this. So starting with the glute bridge, single leg, press up for between 5 and 10, and we'll alternate that with the back bridge push-ups. Okay, let's do it. 10 seconds. Me here. 3, 2, 1. Go for it. Try to keep basically shoulder to heel of the leg that's out in front straight. Keeping the abs squeezed, pushing up through the heel on the bent knee side. Switch it up. You may notice that one's easier than the other. Or you feel one in the hamstring and one in the glute. You can always poke yourself in the butt. Make sure that's on. Okay. There's one round of that. This is gonna be sweaty. 10 seconds. Nice. Megan's still here. Okay, so we're gonna go feet elevated. Tuck your hair in. No, it's not tucking. Press up. Bring my head to the floor. Press up. Head to the floor. Press. I'm not centered on this bag. Press. All right. We'll call that round 1. Definitely need to center that. Oh, that was awkward a little bit. Okay, we're rolling. Easy if those bumpers weren't in the way, but back to our glute bridges, 15. Ten. Covered in chalk and sweat. Who knew? 3, 2, 1. Keep that. Well, you try to squeeze both butt cheeks, but keeping the hip extended on the straight leg side. Whoa, starts to burn. Glute and hamstring. Okay, 20 is a lot. Time, 10 seconds. Feet elevated. Try to get square. 3, 2, 1. Press. Find center here. Press. 3, 4. Woo. Getting an even stretch through the shoulders on that is interesting. I don't know if that's just me being imbalanced or what. That's tough. Those are tough. All right, coming up on halfway here. Back to our glute bridge. Kenneth, oh wow, impressive. I don't know about that. 3, 2, 1. We have been working on the back bridges a little bit, but it's definitely not, I mean, compared to someone who's got good thoracic opening and good overhead mobility, I appreciate it, but it's got a long way to go. Oh man, that burns. You can try a lift and hold as well. That definitely burns too. Just thinking about the clip that I have for you guys today. I actually have another YouTube channel, or, well, I still do, I guess I just don't use it. And it's actually very similar to this. So you might get a chuckle out of it. 3, 2, 1, go. Roll out. Whew. 2 more of each. This may not look like a CrossFit class, but it's working. Maybe a little lower intensity, but I'm drenched in sweat. I'm a sweaty dude. 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1. Try to keep the hips level as well. You may find that the hip that you're, the non-planted foot leg, that hip wants to drop a little bit. Just try to keep them level. All right. Second last, back bridge. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. One more of each. I think those have got me getting a little better. I think my shoulders are opening. Hopefully they're feeling good for you. Last glute bridge. 10. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. Last set of these guys. Wow. Okay. One more back bridge. Woo. 3, 2, 1. Okay, and there we go. Roll out. Let's get the floor cleaned up here. A little sweaty. Great job. All right. Let us breathe. Time's up. Nice. All right. So we'll get in a little stretch here. And a little cool down. Great work, everybody. Okay, so let's get into, grab my mat. Let's just get a couch stretch. So the idea here is, stop it, Maple, is get the shin up the wall if you can. You can bring your knee right against the corner of the wall on the floor if you have flexibility, and then what you're gonna do is step out in front. If that's not accessible, just bring the knee away from the floor a little bit, or the wall, excuse me, and we'll hang out there for at least a minute per side. If you have one of these, you can basically get your shower in. It's gross, not my foot, that tickles. Tell me about that. Are we, how are we feeling with those back bridges? And do we like them? I know that is, you know, if you've been doing CrossFit, this is call it an atypical practice, atypical movement to spend time on, you know, and we're doing it on a kind of a regular basis. For now, at least. Obviously this won't be forever. We will go through cycles. But any thoughts on that? On whether we like it, whether we're feeling like we're making progress. Share with me while we stretch, and then I'm going to I'll show you that little clip. As the theme today was meant to be, you know, you don't need a fancy space, you don't need fancy gear, you know, you can work out with very little and get real good results. Let me get that clock back on. It's not doing anything. Switch sides if you haven't. I don't know how long that's been. And then maybe I'll bring that clip up. Here. Sorry. Kenneth, I hear they're good for strengthening your neck. Yeah, if I was doing, Maple, stop it. I don't know if you've seen people who do, who wrestle, but they'll basically do an exercise where they put the top of their head on the ground and then lift the hips up and just like move the hips around while the head is on the ground, which would be a good exercise for the neck. The way that I'm doing it, I'm not supporting much weight on the neck. For me, it's really about creating thoracic extension and shoulder flexion. Just getting into a better overhead position because, I mean, I think like most of us, I spend too much time in this kind of hunched over position. I mean, if you've been watching this, you'll notice that my posture is not what I would like it to be, so that's partially a help for that. I just think that we do a lot of closing in exercise in general, right? A lot of hip flexion, a lot of closing of the hip and the torso, and we get tight there. So working on opening up there is my main goal for the back bridge. Jody, Today I feel 75. Can't do a back bend at all, but lots of glute bridges. Oh no. I'm just thinking another, I may regret making this up, but I was just thinking like another way of doing that, Jody, could be on the wall here. Oh, that doesn't feel very good. But yeah, it kind of bothers the back. I was just thinking, could you do it? Yeah, you could do it like that. Not the same, you're not getting the same weight in the hands necessarily as that, but another way to open up at least. Okay, couch stretch. Where are we here? Pull-ups, glute bridges, hand smush, maybe a little shoulder stretch. Let's do this guy. I haven't done this since I was pre-CrossFit. We're gonna do the old grab the hands behind the back trick. Wow, it's been a long time. Hopefully that's just as good on the other side. Let's hang out there for a minute as well. Jody, do you always find the back bridges unpleasant, or is that just because you had a fun night for your birthday? Just kidding. Or is that just today, or is that normally a pretty stiff position for you? And do you find that that's just the, is that the back? Is it the shoulders? What's the limiting factor there? What does it feel like? It's crazy how unpleasant this stretch is. It used to be so simple. Curious to see if we can grab on the other side. Hey, Doug. Hey, doggy dog. Oh, she's probably licking the mic. No static today. Are we pretty clear, by the way? I tried, hurt my shoulders, which is because I can do really close handstand pass through. What is it? Because I can do. It hurt my shoulders, which is because I can do really close-handed pass-throughs. Can or can't? Is it just, do you find, nice. Do you find, Jody, when you go overhead with a barbell that, that the bar tends to sit out in front a little bit, or you find it pretty easy to get that thing right in line? I wonder if it's just a little bit tight through the shoulders. Okay, let's try the other. Which way did I do first? This way? Shoot. No static since I've been watching. Thanks, Kenneth. Yeah, yesterday we had major static issues. Yeah, this must be the other side because I can't reach. Switch it up if you haven't. Oh my God. I need to do more of this. You can see I'm barely getting it there. I'm feeling that internal rotation on the bottom shoulder here. Odd because I can do pass-throughs. Yeah, it's definitely a different beast than a pass-through. A little more active in the press on this one. This is actually really unpleasant. Obviously need to do this one more. Internal rotation on the right shoulder is not happy. Yeah, I'm gonna maybe look into. Did you do the single arm press ups there, Jody? Like we chatted about at the beginning. Oh, yeah. Adam needs to do that more. Okay, I'm gonna do one more of those. I'm just gonna grab, and I'm just pushing the shoulder back a little, or pushing the hand back away from the body a little bit, just to force that internal rotation because that was pretty unhappy. Take another minute here, and then Maple, no. It's not yours. I know you put a hole in that yesterday, but it's not yours. No. It's not you. It's not yours. What? This is what I get. You're licking my shirt, my armpit. No. Okay, let's get out of there. Maple, you come back here. Oh dear. All right, how are we feeling stretch-wise? It's feeling pretty good. We'll chat for a minute and I'll show you that clip. It's not that exciting, but it just shows that I've been doing this for a little bit and I have very consistent ideas. So we'll do this. We'll go up here. So this was probably, I don't know, 5, 6 years ago or so, I got the idea that I wanted to do something similar to this for different reasons. But same concept, you know, a YouTube channel that would make exercise very accessible and slightly different format, but very, very similar, not live. And I always had a guest, but I'll show you a quick clip here. So it's called 10 Minutes to Fit, and this is just a little ad that I made. Also shows you that I could have a bigger space to work out in, as this is my gym. So basically we did an EMOM of 2 movements, just like we do here, 10 minutes, and we would each do different scaling versions. But basically the same format. Thrusters, double unders, presses. These were all just members of the gym that I convinced to join me each day. And I think there's probably 30 different workouts on there. But I guess just to stick on the theme for today, like, you don't need it. You don't need a fancy space. You don't need a big gym. You don't need fancy equipment. You know, even all the stuff in that video there, it's all accessible. All stuff that you could, oh, we're not watching that. All stuff that you could find at home. There's even workouts there where I'm swinging a water jug. So, we're back here. The point being, you don't need fancy stuff. You know, there's no reason why you can't be in the best shape of your life at any point in your life. All there is to it is just to make it happen. So on that note, outside of fitness, are you guys up already? It's not even 6 o'clock. I'm getting a wake up call here from the youngest one. Before 6, okay, so change of plans, I guess, right? I'm gonna say this is homework time where you do the extra work, right? You carve out an hour that will bring you towards your goals. You're gonna choose that daily action step, that you add that up, you stack them up, and you're gonna get to your goals. And if you need to get up earlier because your family's waking up at 6, so do it. Make it happen. Your dreams and your goals are not gonna achieve themselves. So get on it, do your homework, and make progress. Let's chat about tomorrow here. Yeah, exactly, Jody. That's the harvest moon. She is farm clock. Yeah, I don't know. They seem to go through waves, and for a little bit they were getting up at 6:30 or 7, but it seems like we're back to the last couple of days have been pretty close to 6 a.m. So that's okay. Which is funny, farming clock, like it's still pitch black out there. It's not like she's rising with the sun like she should be, but I'm not faulting them. All right, let me just check what we got tomorrow here for you. I'm pretty sure tomorrow's a heavy day with the barbell. Yeah, we've got, we're gonna get out the squat racks tomorrow. So if you have one, if you've got access to something that you can put a barbell on, you're gonna use the squat racks for the first time tomorrow. That'll be our skill work at the end though. So something a little bit heavier tomorrow. All right, team, you guys are fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope to see you tomorrow for another beatdown in the office. Thanks so much, team. Peace.